There are different skills in both D&D 5e 2024 where proficiency means you're better than the average person, and proficiency means you can do it and someone who's not cannot. Take picking a lock, lock-picking tools. I am not proficient in lock-picking tools. I can't pick a lock. Now, if I look at a door, do I understand how doors work? Yes. Do I understand how the basic lock on that door works? Maybe it's a bar that comes down. All I have to do is slide them in between to lift the bar. That's thinking creatively. That's not picking a lock. You could then determine, well, because you don't have the skill, you can't do it. No. Picking a lock is using a lock-picking tool set to actually pick a lock through the usage of that tool kit. I conceptually have an idea of it. Now, people like to in-game or theoretically online. I haven't actually seen this in practice ever where someone pushes it. I'll say, oh, no, you don't have the proficiency to that. Oh, no, there are arcane runes all across the room. Do I know what they are? No, you don't. Does anyone here have the skill arcane? Yes, I do. You immediately succeed by knowing what those are, right? Sometimes just having the skill means success. Well, maybe can I roll an arcane check? I would have seen them somewhere in my past. No, you wouldn't have, because that's where having that knowledge. It's just like reading a language. I can't read Dwarven. I'll never be able to unless I study it. And so some skills require the proficiency to be able to use, some like athletics, mean you're better at. Some people say, well, I learned how to do survival skills and tracking skills when I used to live in the forest. Then you would have the skill survival, and your proficiency would be based upon how much practice you have in that skill. And so table specifics is what rules here. I'm not telling you to do this any which way, but what I am saying is that there needs to be a good reason. If I'm going to overwrite the rules saying you do or don't have a skill, I want a good reason for it. If in your background you said, I grew up this way, well, then why didn't you take that as a skill? Because what you really do, and I see this a lot, where players that like to min-max, not min-maxers, but players that look at a thing and go, I can give a reason why I don't have to take persuasion because I'm a good role player, so I can get in there and I can get my dungeon master to give me advantage because I'll do major speeches and I will, give them good reasons to give me advantage, so I don't have to take persuasion. I've got a high charisma, I'll rely on that. Well, I should be able to roll this persuasion check because I have a high charisma and I get, right? And I'm going to give the speech. So what happens is we will take the skills that we know we need that our character's not good at to get the bonus to and try to compensate for the ones that we did not take and come up with the reasons we should be able to roll those checks. As a game mechanic, you have to be careful of this. This is where you'll get one player that gives you all the reasons in the world while everyone on the table should be able to roll an arcane check so somebody can get that nat 20 so they can think that it's automatic success, which then we know it's not. But overall, it's something to consider.